Alright, welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. In our last episode we were doing some exploring and found a lot of slugs, a hard drive, some pale berries, which hopefully we can use to get our friendly neighborhood lizard doggo. I don't see him at the moment, and of course I don't have him on me. But while we were gone, our copper plant over here had filled up its storage containers and started to run inefficiently. Which, because we in our last episode unlocked the Caterium tree, I want to go ahead and get smart AIs and smart splitters, AI limiters, excuse me, and smart splitters, which is on that tree. But in order to do that, we need to get a lot more Caterium. So we're going to find Caterium and set up a factory over there. And I'm pretty sure when I did this earlier, there was a Caterium somewhere over in that direction. And we'll see if it's over there. I also have someone join us in this game. He's hiding over there right now because he's going to give us some aerial shots as we build plants. But again, on the map, let me pull that up again and just get this going. And pull the map up. It should be, yep, it's right there. And that's the pure node we found yesterday, well, after we got Caterium. So we're going to go ahead and head over that way, and then we will begin to build us a Caterium factory, which will give us Quickwire, and some other, copper sheeting will give us AI limiters, and with AI limiters we can unlock smart splitters, and with smart splitters we can do some more fun things. So that's what we're going to do this episode. So I'll be right back after I run over here to our Caterium ore. Alright, I've made it to where the Caterium ore is. It's right up there on top of this hill. In the process, a nice little hog decided to attack me on my way over here, so we will get that taken care of as it remains. Right now my inventory is full, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a container here for right now. Oops, I guess I should actually put it down. Put some stuff in it. Go ahead and leave that, excuse me, and go ahead and pick up those remains, and we'll drop those in there for now. Now we have to get up there, so let's go ahead and build a ramp up there. I'm going to build just a quick ramp, and then we're going to change it to be a more permanent ramp. Right now this is just so we can get up the hill. Well, maybe. There we go. Well, I forgot to put it on zoop mode, remember? Or to change your status, to change your, not your status, but your build options. We'll run up here, and I believe, let's go ahead and get our rebar cannon out. I think, yes, there's at least one of these up here. So let's kind of sneak up on him and go ahead and shoot him. And look, there's a spitter way off in the distance. And we also have a nice blue slug. Go ahead and take that guy out. And there's our, oops, there's another, whew, almost got that one on top of us. Let's reload. Take that guy out. All right. Now let's deal with the spitter. And, oh, I was going to keep walking, missed him. And now he's missing us, so I think we can jump up here. If not, we'll put a little ramp. Okay, he's over here somewhere. We'll take him out, get that slug, and then we will go ahead and then we will begin to, whoo, see if we can get up here without falling. Alright, we're going to get the ramp out. This is why I get the ramps, because I'm just horrible at this. So we'll get the ramps out, get this slug, and then we'll get the base building. Well, can't build the base yet because we have to research Caterium. Let's go ahead, and what we will do is drop a couple of miners on this to get us the initial Caterium we're going to need. While that's running, I'll go ahead and pick these guys up and drop a MAM real quick, because the MAM has the Caterium tree. So let's drop that real quick, and let's go ahead and look at the Caterium tree real quick. Right now we've unlocked it. We need to get ingots. In order to get, after we get ingots, then we need we want to unlock Quickwire. And after we unlock Quickwire, we're going to get down into this area, and this area is going to give us what we're looking for as far as the logistics that I'm looking for with the smart splitter. So while those things are running, I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these guys, a crafting bench, because we're going to craft a couple of things real quick, and then we will be back. Okay, our two miners have mined 100 ore each, and we need to go research the tree a little more, and then we will actually begin base building. So let's go see what we need over here. In the Caterium tree, we needed 50 to go ahead and open up the next level. So we'll do that real quick.
Research complete.
Okay, so next we will unlock Quickwire. Quickwire requires 50 of the ingots, which we will handcraft real fast, which we have enough to handcraft, and after we handcraft them, we'll send off, we'll do the research. Okay, I've crafted the ingots we need. I went ahead and got a little bit more ore and crafted a few more than what we needed because we're going to go down the tree. So let's go ahead and send off for, or do the research for Quickwire. All right, with that, I want to unlock this, but we need to have 100 of the Quickwire made, which is why I made some additional ingots. We'll come over here, craft that. We'll finish this off, and then we will send that off, and then we will begin building our Caterium plant. And this plant right here will only make Quickwire for us, and then we'll once we get the plant built, we'll talk about some other things. Okay, we've got 207 Quickwire. We really only needed 100. We had looted some from around one of those crash sites from our exploration the other day. So I'm going to go to the Caterium tree. I'm going to unlock this node, and then unlocking this node will unlock AI limiters, which will then unlock smart splitters. We'll definitely unlock all of this stuff eventually, but right now I want to eventually get enough Caterium from the mine here, Quickwire from the mine, to get us the Mark 2 poles, which right now our poles only have 4 slots for cables. These poles have 7, which will help us in some situations. These are our AI limiters. In order to get AI limiters, we're going to have 200 Quickwire and some copper sheets. I brought some copper sheets with this so we don't have to run back to base. Oops. There is a power switch which you can get, which you can turn on and off power to various areas of your factories. And this right here is what we want, which is a smart splitter. What this does is it allows us to have some control over our plant, which when we get them, we're going to kind of cover how they work, because I'm going to go up once we get these and go fix our copper plant so it doesn't back up anymore. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get our mine started. So I'm going to clear this up and prep, and then we will probably have, no, we're going to have a time warp, and our friend, who I don't know if you can see him, he's kind of hanging up in the sky up there, way up there. That guy right there in my reticle. Anyway, he's going to film us from above, and we will see how this goes. We're going to try this and see what if this works. Okay, we got the foundation laid and we got the miner dropped here. I want to share with you a website that could be useful for you as you do your factories. This website is called satisfactorytools.com. That's satisfactorytools.com. You can go to that website, and when you get there, it's going to ask you what version you want to use, because some people are still doing version 0.8, but we're going to go to 1.0. Satisfactory's tools 1.0, and then we're going to select this calculator here. This is going to help us out. So we're making Quickwire, and this you can use this site for doing a whole bunch of different things. Right? It's really useful for really more and more complicated things. It has inputs and recipes and machines that you can use, or it's going to kind of help configure what you want. So right now, I looked at our Caterium ore, and we're producing 120 a minute. So I'm going to change this to 120 if it'll let me. Oh, I got to check the box. Excuse me. I think I unchecked it. Well, we're going to 120 a minute. And I'm going to uncheck SAM, because later on in the game, when you get SAM, you can use SAM to make any other material you want. But I'm going to uncheck SAM. I'm going to go back to our production, and then I'm going to say, I'm not going to limit the items. I'm going to say, hey, give me the maximize for 120 units of Caterium. How much? Oops, let me scoot this up here. We're going the wrong way, aren't I? All right. With 120 units of Caterium, I can make 200 Quickwire, and with that, it's going to take 2.667 smelters and 3.33 constructors. So you can use this website to help you as you move on. And there are other videos out there from other users and who show you better how to use this site. As we get further down the road and build more and more complex factories, we will definitely be using this, but I wanted to let you know about it. Again, that's satisfactorytools.com. So let's get back to building. All right, let's take a look at our Caterium plant from the sky. Here we have our miner making our mining our 120 Caterium per minute. We have 3 smelters, one of them tuned down to do the 33 point, excuse me, it's not 33, 66.6, it must be this one. 66.6% because these things will mine 40 or smelt 45 and 45, which is 90, and this one does a 30, so 45, 45, and 30 should be 90 plus 30 should be 120, so that's perfectly balanced as far as production is concerned. Those are going into some mergers. I did have another smelter here because I messed up. We will probably expand this plant when we get faster lines, so I just went ahead and left that for now. But in the meantime, we're go ahead and smelting these particular ingots, and we're getting, and now these are not 1-to-1. We're getting 15 ingots here, 15 ingots here, so that's 30 plus another 10. That's 40 ingots. And look at that, I left off a belt, so we'll go ahead and drop that in there real quick. So those ingots are getting fed into our constructors, and our constructors are making Quickwire. And this one on the end is tuned to 33.33% because it takes 4 ingots, but this guy takes 12, and this guy takes 12, and this guy takes 12. So 12 times 3 is 36, plus these 4 makes 40, which accounts for all of the ingots being made. So now you're looking at this over here, and you're seeing, or why is there an awesome sink down there? And why did I put my ramp down there? That's what I'm asking myself, but we'll probably move that awesome sink in a minute. But and this is why. Caterium makes 60 Quickwire a minute. Our lines do 120. So I got 2 of them doing at full capacity. We'll do 60 and 60 is 120, so that maximizes our line, and that goes into our storage container. Over here, I'm just going to overflow our line so fast with the 120. I could put these in the storage as well, but I don't need that many at the moment. So what I'm just going ahead and making them and sending them off to the awesome sink, so we can go ahead and get some coupons and use those for some additional buildable things that we can use to help us with our factory. Now with that, I will let's see how many we've got banked up. We've probably got enough to get started. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit. I'll be back, and then we will do the research to go ahead and get the smart splitters and the AI limiters, and then the smart splitters. I did forget, as we were doing the flyby, we do have 4 biomass burners over here, because this is far enough from our main biomass over there, our main plant, that I didn't run any cables. I could have run various cables all the way over to here, but for now these are okay. They're running efficiently. We could automate this and get some more inputs and outputs and do that kind of stuff, but for what we need, for what we're doing right now, until we get to coal power, this should be enough to get us to where we need. So all right, with that, we'll let it run a little bit more, and then we will get Quickwire. All right, we've banked up a fair amount of Quickwire. We're going to go ahead and do the research on the Caterium tree. We could get zip line when we get later on. When we get to steel production, we're going to get some where we can do power lines for long distances, and you can use a zip line for those. You can use them now for the single smaller, shorter distance poles and wires. It's kind of fun to zip around. We'll probably make one of those a little bit later. In fact, we'll go ahead and just do the research and kind of get it ready, so whenever we can do that, we'll do that. So let's go ahead and do the research. All right, so the next thing we're going to unlock is the Power Pole 2, because it will give us up to 7 power line connections as opposed to the 4 that we have now if we use Power Line Mark II. So let's go ahead and research that. Now we're going to get the AI limiters. To get the AI limiters, it's going to take 200 of the Quickwire and 50 of the copper sheets. And like I said, I brought several copper sheets with me. So we'll do the research for that. With that, we're going to go ahead and we have to make, let's look here, we have to make 10 AI limiters in order to unlock the smart splitter. So I'm going to make a lot more than 10. We'll be back right after we do that. We've made 35 AI limiters based on the amount of the Quickwire that we had on hand. So we only needed 10 to unlock smart splitters. So we'll go ahead and do that along with the reinforced iron plates. We'll do that research. Right, with a smart splitter, let's drop one down. Let me pull up the build menu. Oops, build menu, and that's this one. And we look on our logistics, we have a new splitter type. It takes, let's see what, oh, good grief. It takes 2 reinforced iron plates, 2 rotors, and then 1 AI limiter. So when I drop this down, we're actually going to use it here in a minute, but right now, let's go ahead and drop this down and talk about it. Here's the input into it, and then here's an output, and here's an output. It's just like a normal splitter, except you can control it. So if you walk up to the splitter, now you can see there's some controls to it. Anything that comes into the middle and goes out the other side here, we can say what we want to come out of it. We can pick anything that we have access to. And we're going to do this with the Caterium wire and then the storage container here in just a moment. Now if we wanted something to go to the left, we could pick, maybe we wanted Caterium ingots to go to the left. We could say, okay, when something comes into the splitter, Caterium ingots will go to the left. Anything, because we have anything, will go in the center, and nothing will go to the right. Again, you can set this up however you need to in your situation and use it, and we will start to use these things all over the place. In the meantime, I'm going to add a smart splitter here. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect these lines and remove that guy, and we're going to put a smart splitter here, and I'm going to point it let's point it right here in front of this guy. So we'll go ahead and get the Caterium out of there. So what happens now, we'll connect this, nothing's going to happen at all because we don't have anything on the other side. But now we want Quickwire, say Caterium, but we want Quickwire. I select this, you can type it in, Quickwire, and now when I click, I'm going to change this to none because right now all I want is everything to go to Quickwire. So we're going to go let that run, and you'll see the Quickwire start to flow in there. Now I'm going to switch this to be overflow, which means that whenever our storage container fills up, everything else will go straight out the other side over here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove this MAM and remove that workstation, and I'm going to drop us another awesome sink if it'll fit in here. We might have to expand some stuff here. Let's see here. Well, as you can see, I put up some rails because I do tend to fall, but I'm going to go ahead and remove that particular chunk and then we're going to expand this out just a little bit, and we'll clean this up in a minute. But I want to put the awesome sink pretty close to this guy. We'll put it right, let's put it right there because it's kind of better that way. We will hook this up here, and then we will give it some power because it needs power. And so what will happen, well, see, those were in the buffer because we had set it up beforehand where anything goes through before we set this other side. But as you can see, let me jump up here. It's overflow, supposed to go straight out, nothing's going to go to the right, and Quickwire is going to go to the left. So when our storage container fills up, all the Quickwire will start running out of here and run all the way into there and be chewed up by our awesome sink and give us coupons. So I also went ahead and moved the other awesome sink to back there so I can use our ramp a little bit better without having to redo our ramp. So with that, we're going to run over to our copper plant and use our new AI splitters to help us with getting our copper plant to be efficient, so when it loads up the storage containers, you'll see it'll start to feed things. We'll put an awesome sink over there and what have you. So when I get over there, we'll do that. We are at our copper facility, our copper plant. We are collecting copper sheets and copper wire, and we are collecting cable, and you'll see our cable is filling up fast. What will happen is when this fills up, unless we use our new smart splitters, this will all back up and then everything will stop and stop becoming efficient. So what I'm going to do is do some work here, and then we'll get some air. We'll do a time lapse and I'll show you. Well, we can see what I build, and then we will go ahead and then discuss it. Okay, what we've done is, and I forgot to connect that again, I'm glad I'm looked. So what we've done here is it's still the same copper plant that we've had over here for the past few episodes, but we're taking the output out of our cables, merging it into this line here with our wire, and taking the wire and merging it in with our sheets. They're going into a smart splitter here, and if you look at the smart splitter, the items coming out of the straight part will go into this storage container. As you can see that the sheet here will go into this storage container, and since everything else that's not a sheet is going to go to our right, so that's why the cable and the wire is going over here. And this smart splitter, everything coming out straight goes keeps on going. Anything that's not wire will go straight, and if we overflow our wire container, everything to the left, which is what that's set up like, then we will overflow that and the wire will continue on. Now for our cable, same thing. Anything that's not cable or anything that, or if we overflow our box, it's going to go continue on into here into our awesome sink. So, and then we got to the left, we're getting cable. So we have 3 smart splitters set up, and what's happening is everything's under construction, everything's being built like it's supposed to be from our copper stuff. When these containers fill up and back up, and this one here is probably going to be the first one to back up, then what will happen is when this backs up, when this fills up, the cable will start to go to our awesome sink, and then when this backs up, the wire will start to go to our awesome sink, and then when this backs up, our copper sheets will go to our awesome sink. The only caveat here, the only trick here is to make sure that what you're running on your smart splitter line is not going to overrun your belts. We're doing 120 minute belts. Here we're doing 30 cable, And here we're throwing 30 wire, so that's 90. And here we're doing 10 copper sheets, so that's 100. So this is fine, and we will not make more material than our belts can handle. And you'll see me do something like this probably a fair amount as we continue on, because it helps us with our inventory management and keeping our plants running at 100% capacity, and without ever backing up or overflowing. Alrighty, I think with that we'll end this episode. Hopefully you've liked what you've seen. Please give us a thumbs up if you did, and if you really want to see more, subscribe, and then follow if you like, and we can say hi to our friend over there. That's our aerial guy. He took our aerial shots for our time lapse. Anyway, please share your thoughts, your ideas, your comments, anything else you got going on there, some ideas how we can make this better. Appreciate those. Share your criticisms, but be nice, because we like to be nice with each other and have fun and play this game. So in the meantime, go automate.